Welcome into the Odds Shopper Network. I'm Rod Villagomez, back with another day of Women's World Cup soccer action and betting picks. Last night, in a relatively quiet night, it was New Zealand taking on the Philippines. The Philippines picking up their first win of the tournament, 1-0 over New Zealand. But more importantly, cashing our under 2.5 total goals in that game. Switzerland taking on Norway, playing them to a 0-0 draw. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Switzerland over the finish line to cash our outright, but that's all right. We'll forgive them, and we'll dig back in for a 3-game slate coming up tonight. Japan taking on Costa Rica, Spain taking on Zimbabwe, Canada taking on the Republic of Ireland, as we dig deeper into the markets for betting here on this Women's World Cup. And listen, I've been pretty impressed with what I've seen so far. Not only can you bet on the outrights, on the over-unders, and the total goals like most books, but there's total cards, there's halftime bets, there's player props, and all sorts of stuff that you can get in on, as well as the standard over-unders and outright winners. And if you're not doing it, probably should get in on it. You got a golden opportunity right now while betting markets are sort of thin with the NFL obviously not starting yet. And there's a lot of other stuff that's not happening that will pick up over the fall. So take advantage of it and use some of the books that we're highlighting here, like our friends at Bet Rivers. There's a lot of stuff to take advantage of there as well. We'll talk about a couple of those offers later on in the broadcast. Team USA playing a game in a couple of days. You got a chance to take advantage of a bonus bet there as well. So, like I said, we'll tell you about them in a little bit, but let's start breaking down the slate for you. Like I said, it starts with Japan taking on Costa Rica. Japan to win this one is at minus 1430. A tie gets you 11-1. Costa Rica to win is 30-1. It's sort of hard to take an outright winner on this one, but we will say Japan won 5-0 over Zambia to open up the tournament. So that means goals can be scored. That means we will take an anytime goal scorer prop in this one if Japan is scoring goals. Let's take advantage of that. We'll start with Hinata Miyazawa anytime goal. She's at plus 138 over on Bet Rivers. Against Zambia, she scored 2 of those 5 goals. She's got 12 total shots in her last 5 games, 3 of those on target. 4 shots against Zambia. That was her most in the last 5 games. Why we're taking her over some of the favorites like Rico Ueke. Ueke's at minus 157. She's only got 1 goal in her last 5 games. Like Miyazawa, she's got 12 total shots. Only 4 of those have been on target. Another favorite is Mina Tanaka. She's at minus 136. She's only got 2 goals in her last 5 games. Now, granted, she's got 2 goals in her last 3 games, so she scored a little more than the other 2. But she's got 17 total shots in that span, 8 shots on target. I'm a little bit intrigued by her first goal number. She's at plus 295 to score the first goal. She was the first Japanese player to score against Zambia, but we will take the Hinata Miyazawa anytime goal at plus 138 as the official play. But like I said, if you want to take a little chance on Mina Tanaka first goal at plus 295, I won't blame you at all. Let's turn our attention over to Spain as they take on Zambia. We just talked about Zambia getting scored against 5 times by the Japanese. That makes Spain the heavy favorite in this game. Minus 5,000 to win, plus 2,400 to tie. Zambia plus 3,300 to win. Again, can't really take an outright on that one. You're paying a lot more juice than I'm comfortable even telling you to take. So we are going to take the total goals in the second half prop here. It's set at 2.5. We're going to take the over on that one, plus 143. Spain has only scored 2 or more than 2 goals in the second half once this season. They did it by scoring 7 goals in the second half versus Vietnam. They did score 6 goals in the first half versus Panama, but only 1 in the second half. But where we're going to take our cue from is Zambia, giving up 5 goals, like we said, against Japan. And then total, they've given up at least 3 goals in 4 of the last 6, including Saturday against Japan. Zambia has been in 3 5-game goals. They've had 2 against South Korea, 1 against Japan. So they've given up at least 3 goals in 3 of those games. And listen, I'm telling you right now, if Zambia is going to get scored on often by Spain, Spain's going to be able to do it. 3 goals in the second half is definitely doable for Spain. Poor Zambia. They haven't been able to really defend against too many people lately. So we're going to go ahead and take the Spain over 2.5 total goals in the second half. Really, we're leaning on Zambia giving up those goals for this to happen. And we're hoping that you take advantage of Bet Rivers. They're offering a great promo to kick off the Women's World Cup. This offer varies per region, but you can get deals like a $10 bonus bet for every Team USA win or $50 in bonus bets just for wagering on the World Cup. Like I said, Team USA going to be playing here in a couple of days. They pick up another win. That's another $10 bonus bet on top of the one that you probably already got from their win earlier in the tournament. Plus, you get $50 in bonus bets for just wagering. You want to access these offers, sign up using the link provided below, make an initial deposit of $50 or more, and enter the bonus code USA during your first deposit. Let's talk about Canada. They're taking on Ireland. And this one, again, it's a it's a matter of you trying to just pick a good bet for you. Now, listen, Canada's not necessarily juiced that much for you. They're minus 159 to win. A tie is at plus 265, and Ireland to win is at plus 510. It's going to be a difficult game for this, and I see this being a very low-scoring game. So we're going to say that Canada versus Ireland is going to have no goals in both halves. So that doesn't mean that they're not going to score in either half. That just means that one half there will be a scoreless. I'm not saying if it's the first or second half, but one of the halves is going to be scoreless at minus 150. You look at Canada, they've scored 3 goals in their last 5 games, and 2 of those came by way of Brazil early in February. 3 of the 5 games have all had goals rather that were scored in one half. So all of the scoring came in one half in 3 of those 5 games. Ireland, on the other hand, has scored only 3 goals in their last 5 games, and that was in one game against Zambia. So in 4 of those games, they haven't even scored a goal. 3 of their last 5 games have had goals in both halves. That's Zambia, US, and France. So again, not looking very hopeful for the fact that neither one of these teams can score very many goals, let alone score goals in either half. So minus 150 for at least one of the halves in this game to be scoreless. That is the official bet for that game. Let's recap these bets for you and turn you loose to go fill out your cards. We're going to start with a Hinata Miyazawa anytime goal at plus 138. Then we're going to say that Spain scores more than 2.5 goals in the second half of their game over Zambia at plus 143. And then we're going to say that at least one of the halves in Canada versus Ireland is going to go scoreless at minus 150. Look, I understand that it's been a rough start to this, and I know that there's a lot of folks out there that are antsy for a win. Guaranteed we are too. Keep looking for that. We're going to keep digging for that. We'll get there. We'll cash some more tickets as this tournament goes on. There's a lot more games to be had, a lot more bets to be placed. So stick with it. We'll get there, and we'll all start cashing tickets together more as we go along. Of course, as there's more data, there's more stuff for us to look at, past performance in the tournament. May get a little bit easier as we head into the final days of group play. So thanks for sticking with it this far. We hope you've had some fun, and we're definitely hoping to cash some tickets here sooner rather than later. So till tomorrow, we'll see you again. Good luck, everyone.